Ladies and gentlemen, the team from Grenada. Now we introduce to you the ladies from Trinidad and Tobago. Goal shooter, Samantha Wallace. Goal attack, Camille McCauley. Wing attack, Ronald John Davis. The center, Candace Guerrero. The defense, Olel Jack Hill. The goal defense, Kemba Duncan. Goalkeeper, Shaquanda Green. The reserve, Tahira Hollingsworth. Chantel Simabu. Sharice Simabu. Dayton Swift. The captain, Robert John Davis. The coach, Wesley Coles. Primary care, Karen Maloney. The assistant coach, Grace Parkinson Griffith. The team manager, Carol Griffith. The other official, Wayne Samuel. Ladies and gentlemen, Trinidad and Tobago versus Grenada. It is time. It is game time. The umpires of this game, Wayne Bentley, Sarah Curran, the reserve umpire, Makiba Clark.
Good night, all. I'm Camila Cadogan. Welcome to the 14th game of the AFNA qualifier between Grenada and Trinidad and Tobago. With me is
Cameron Greenwich.
And tonight we're going to bring you what is expected to be a very exciting game between these two.
When you look into the Trinidadian camp, you're going to see a lot of experience. They have, in the shooting circle, they have two professionals, Samantha Wallace and Khalifa McCollin. Samantha plays in the Australian Suncorp Super Netball with the New South Wales Swifts, and this is her second year playing with that franchise. Khalifa, meanwhile, plays in the UK's Super League. I'm not sure which team she plays for, but this is also her second year in that league. So far, we have Trinidad scoring on their center pass, and Grenada is going to try to do the same thing.
Now, in the last AFNA meeting of these two teams, Trinidad beat Grenada 82-31. But we can't count on Grenada for sure in this game, because in their game against the U.S., although the last time the U.S. and Grenada had met at AFNA, U.S. had won 62-28. This time, Grenada beat U.S. 39-72. So, again, as I said, you can't count out Grenada in this game, although Trinidad beat them in the last one.
But what we're seeing from the Grenadian team in this competition so far is that Jamaican style of netball. Mm-hmm. And I think that comes from having Oberon Peterson Natty as their coach. Persons knowing netball will know that Oberon is a former Jamaican national player.
Yeah.
She's also a former Jamaican captain, mm-hmm. and a former Jamaican coach as well.
Yes.
So she has brought that style of netball to the Grenadian camp, and we're seeing it so far across the games that they're playing.
Yes, there's a marked improvement to their game compared to the last AFNA tournament for sure. Plus, they have a lot of young, new players on the team as well. A number of them, this is their first AFNA tournament. So that would also help to bring a new vibrance and life to the team as well.
So when we compare who Trinidad has to who Grenada have, yeah. Trinidad have some like a blend of age versus youth.
Yeah.
Right now on court, they have gone with all experience. Mm-hmm. The goal attack, McCollin, I think she's the youngest one because she was at the last under 21 tournament. Mm-hmm. In the qualifiers, she was the dominant one against Barbados.
Okay.
So she has brought that to the Trinidadian camp.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Samantha Wallace.
Yeah.
Anybody who is aware of track and field will see that, will know that Samantha is a former high jumper.
Yes, she is.
So she has that vertical elevation,
yes.
and she uses that to her advantage.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
She is a cucumber.
she's been playing, Wallace, she's been playing netball for 16 years. While McCollin, she says she's been playing netball since she was 6 years old. So a lot of experience combined between the two of them.
Samantha was also on the Trinidad under-16 team 2 under-16 championships ago, which were held in Barbados.
Okay.
So I think she has come through the ranks, and at this point in time, I think she's at the top of her game as far as netball is concerned. She is one of those shooters that any coach would want on their team.
It's true.
Yes. When we look into Grenada, we will see their goal shooter, Letitia Cato. Cato played for 2 seasons in the UK Super League. She played with the Celtic Dragons. And for that, I think at one stage she was the MVP of the entire competition. So Cato knows what she's doing, and she would have played against some of the best defenders in the game.
Yes, for sure.
In the UK.
So that coupled with the new coaching style of their coach.
Yes, you can expect things from them.
Yeah.
They're also the 2016 Europe Invitational champions. Yeah. So Grenada knows how to win.
They do, for sure. And we'll see if they use all of that expertise and knowledge in this game tonight against Trinidad.
In this game tonight, yes. In the Trinidad team, we have the captain, Rhonda John Davis. In 2015, she was one of 5 people at the World Championships who would have played in 5 world tournaments, 5 consecutive world tournaments.
Oh, wow.
Yes. There we have Candice Guerrero, the center from Trinidad. She was just voted MVP of the All Sectors Netball Tournament in Trinidad itself.
Okay.
So Trinidad has experience. They have youth. They have some flexibility because their team is very, very flexible.
Yeah. And they certainly have the talent.
For work call here on the goal defense. Yes. Good shot there by Samantha. Camille, what I've realized is that no team has scored 3 consecutive goals as yet.
It's true.
What does that say about the defense of their opponents?
Of their opponents, yes.
Aerial ball.
Hard fall there from the goal attack. Roberts from Grenada, but she appears to be okay.
Kemba Walker, I think she is the goal defense from Trinidad. She was the assistant coach to Trinidad's under-21 team to World Youth. And John Davis was the coach.
Okay.
Yeah. You're never too old to learn, eh?
It's true.
What do you think about the game so far?
So far, it's a very even game, I would say. Although right now Trinidad is leading, but the teams appear to be rather evenly matched when it comes to both the attacking and defensive sides.
Yes.
So, although, as I said, Trinidad is leading right now, 7-8, I think it's safe to say in this first quarter that is anybody's game.
There is this man-on-man defense that Grenada is trying to put together.
Trying to shut down Trinidad's attack.
They are. That is on the goal defense from Trinidad. Oh, that was tough.
Somebody losing a shoe. They defended Cato so hard she almost lost her bandage too.
But I'm not sure that that for Trinidad to stop the ball into Cato, that they're doing the right thing at this point in time. I think what they need to do is to play off the ball and invite it.
Okay, yeah. They rely on that long overhead
that long
pass
looping pass.
into
Yes.
Cato. So Trinidad needs to find a way to force.
Yes. The mistakes have to be made from. There you go. That's one.
Yeah.
Turn it over to Trinidad. The last time these two teams met, the score was 62.
82 to 31
82
to Trinidad.
To Trinidad. And where was that?
In Calgary, Canada.
Oh, the last qualifiers.
The last after qualifiers, yeah.
Oh, okay. What I realized, though, is that based on the games that I'm seeing from Grenada, there's this stark improvement to their style of play. Footwork call. I see we have on these stands an influx of Trinidadian supporters.
Yes, it's true. They're proudly displaying their flag. It's a good crowd tonight at the Wildy Gymnasium.
As you said, this is game 14 of the Americas qualifiers. And it is interesting to note that with so many quality players and so much ball, only two teams can go forward.
Yes. It really puts the pressure on the teams to perform because there is a limited amount of spots for them at the World Championship next year in Liverpool.
So we're going to have 3 teams from the Americas region. You're going to have 2 for here plus Jamaica.
Who's already qualified.
Who's already qualified based on their world ranking.
When it comes to world rankings, Grenada is ranked at number 23 and Trinidad is ranked at number 10. So based on rankings, you would think that Trinidad should come out victorious. Yes. And right now they have a significant lead. They've made a run, and it's 16-9.
I think they went on a 5-goal run just now. Yeah, turnover ball by the center from Trinidad and Tobago. I think one of the things that they're doing too is that they already know that somebody is supposed to be at the line already.
Yes.
So what happened just now? She expected that the big attack would have been there.
Probably a set play.
A set play.
A set play, yeah.
But she wasn't.
Trinidad looking to really shut down the flow of the ball from Grenada.
Yes. That was Candice Guerrero. I think she has been in the Trinidadian team for a little more than 6 years.
Okay.
The last world qualifiers in St. Lucia, she was one of the standout players for Trinidad there.
Trinidad?
Yes.
Okay.
That was in 2010, I think it was.
Okay.
In Castries.
So as you said before, a good set of experience here on the Trinidad side.
Yes. The All Sectors League, which Guerrero was voted MVP. You have a cross section of netballers from around Trinidad. You have people representing the police force.
Okay.
The defense force and the fire service.
Okay.
And you also have players from the University of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay. Speaking of fire service, Candice Guerrero, she's a firefighter.
Yes.
So she would more than likely play with the firefighters in that All Sectors League.
She also does a good job as a wing defense too.
Yes, she does. A very well-rounded individual, not only on the court,
yes,
but as a person.
Ornella Jack from Trinidad and Tobago. She was a standout player at Worlds in 2015.
Okay.
And there you go. She is one of those rugged type netballers that you can always count on to get the job done. Good shot from Wallace.
For sure, yeah.
Timeout call by the umpire. Oh, okay. I think
Oh,
there
the
is.
bib. There's
yeah.
a problem with the goal shooter from Trinidad's bib. It keeps falling off. So the umpire is just making sure that at all times the bib from the goal shooter can be seen.
When you look at it, the uniform is different.
Yes.
So the probably doesn't have Velcro to hold the
To
bib.
hold the bib, yes.
So you cannot play with the
Without
bib.
falling off. The one on the back does not seem to want to adhere for sure. But she's going to do her best to try to keep it on. But she can't hold it. She has to play.
You would expect that she would play. Short pass between the goal shooter and the wing attack. I think what Trinidad is doing too, they have taken Grenada from playing that style of play that we would have seen all tournament, which is the loping pass, and they're trying to inculcate the shorter pass.
Shorter pass, yes. What I can also tell about the Trinidad defense is when Grenada is on the attack, they're not sitting back and watching the passes.
Yes,
they're attacking them and trying to intercept.
Shot by Wallace. Smart move there.
Kate unable to hold on to that one because she was losing her balance and passes it straight into the arms, the hands.
There's also a difference in the Trinidadian style of player. Watch, they're attacking everything with two hands. Mm-hmm. Grenada keeps going with one hand, so it's going to be more difficult to catch with one than it is to two.
Yes, it's true.
That was the exception.
Well, there's always an exception to every rule camera.
Yes.
There's another example of the
Grenada needs to see what is happening.
Yes. Hopefully the coach on the bench is taking notes to talk to them at the interval, which is coming up very shortly.
Yeah, I think they are playing a bit too fast, and that is playing into what Trinidad is doing.
Yes. I think they're probably getting unsettled by the hard Trinidad defense and getting anxious when they're looking around to pass the ball.
Good catch. But Trinidad has been known for that body-on-body defense.
Yes.
Yeah. And, they play it all the time, and they catch the opponents who aren't accustomed to it. Is good effort. Good rebound. It's going to be difficult, Cato scores. It is going to be difficult for people who don't know how to play against it when they really have to.
Yes.
To work against something like that. It can be unnerving.
Very unnerving. What I found remarkable about that shot from Cato just now is that she was losing her balance, put up the ball, then still got the rebound and scored it.
Yes.
That was very remarkable and impressive from the experienced Cato.
At the end of the first quarter, Trinidad 22, Grenada 14.
First quarter, Tobago 22, Grenada 14.
Welcome back to the Cigar Free Sober Gymnasium. Game 14 of the Americas qualifiers. Trinidad and Tobago versus Grenada. Samantha Wallace has continued 16 from 16 so far.
Now we wonder if the coach from the Grenada team talked to the players about what you were speaking about, counteracting the Trinidad defense during the interval.
Well, so far it has worked, so we're going to think that Oberon, for all her experience, would have told them what to do. She is a standout defensive player for Jamaica, and she's also represented Jamaica in basketball as well, so she has that defensive background going for her.
Okay.
I'm thinking that Grenada needs to move the goal shooter from so close to the pole, which seems to be the comfort zone.
Yeah, that's definitely
they have to force her to think a little more than, okay, this ball is coming here, I have to be here. Force her to think and make decisions otherwise.
That seems to be her style of play for every game so far. Stand and wait for that overhead lobbing pass.
Trinidad has changed their wing attack. Captain John Davis is on the bench. So the present wing attack, I think she was a part of Trinidad's under 21 squad.
Yeah.
2 years ago, or was it last year?
That's Simungal, one of the Simungal sisters, I believe.
They were also part of the Trinidad team. Barbados won against Trinidad last year, and they were on the Trinidad team that the Barbados played against. So she has brought some knowledge from those games to this competition, and so far I think they're doing creditably. Guerrero to Simungal. Trinidad has scored 2 consecutive goals, Camille.
Yes, they have.
What do you think that... We're talking about Grenada all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're not doing?
What they're not doing?
What do you think they're not doing?
They're not moving to the ball as they should. I think they're sitting behind the defense a little too much. You need to, as the wing attack just did, come into the space some more and find the free areas on the court.
As we said earlier, Trinidad has brought a new wing attack, Chantal Simungal, in place of Captain Rhonda John Davis. And let's give some stats from the first quarter.
Yes, the goal shooter for Grenada, Cato, scored 13 goals from 15 attempts. Goal attack Roberts scored 1 goal from 2 attempts. For Trinidad and Tobago, goal shooter Wallace scored 15 of 15 attempts. And goal attack McCollin scored 27 of 27. So a perfect scoring average for Trinidad and Tobago in that first quarter.
Average.
For both shooters.
That speaks of defensive intensity.
It's true.
1 from 2 is 50%. And that is the goal attack from Grenada, Roberts. And you need to have 2 shooters in the circle all the time. You're not going to win any game of this nature with just one shooter.
Yes. And Cato is certainly carrying Grenada right now.
She's being asked to do too much.
Yes.
Well, 2 attempts, good catch. 2 attempts in 15 minutes. No, that doesn't augur well at all. I think she needs to step up.
Yes, for sure.
And assist. She's not just playing goal attack to assist. She has to take some attempts and take some pressure from the goal shooter.
What I found in her other games is that she is the the goalkeeper that's on the goal attack, that's on right now for Grenada, Stafford. She is a good playmaker for Grenada, and she also is a good shooter. So that's probably the reason for the change that Grenada made that change. So we'll see what she brings to the court in this second quarter.
That was one of those weary passes by Grenada. You can't be trailing and just throwing away the ball unnecessary, because it was never going to go to the goal shooter, no matter how tall she is.
As I said before, that speaks to the panic nature of the Grenada team right now, trying just throwing the ball, making some.
But what Grenada needs to do is they need to take it one center pass at a time.
It's true.
Don't think about 5 minutes down the road. Don't think about 3 minutes down the road. Think about converting one step. You make a steal, you try to convert on that. You score your center pass, you convert on that too.
Yes. What do you think is Trinidad's strength right now in this game?
Trinidad's strength is their attack.
Okay.
The defense will hold their own, but they're vulnerable to infringements. So if you're going to force anything to happen, you have to force it in your attack, which is their defense. But I think once the ball gets to Trinidad's attack, it's going to be a blinder.
Yes. Especially with the introduction of this new wing attack. Simungal. She is her athleticism is very impressive. She's very quick on the court.
Yes.
And she has a very good eye when she's passing. She sees a lot of plays easily.
But she's also short, Camille. She's about your height.
Height does not matter, Cameron, in that.
But that's what I'm saying. She's about your height, and she seems to have this elevation to her game.
She does.
Wallace continues with her 100% accuracy. After having played in the Suncor Super League in Australia, though, where you're going to play on a weekly basis against some of the better defenses globally, I think she's enjoying this downtime here against these defenses. A good jump by Guerrero.
That was an excellent jump.
It was.
Again, Grenada's still relying on that overhead pass indicator. They need to switch up.
They need to.
Their tactics.
They need to make some more passes, work the ball to the circle edge, and then distribute it. Balls coming from so deep into the third, the defenses are going to have enough opportunities to see what is happening, and then they're going to make it easy for themselves to go tap it or catch it. And that's exactly what is happening here against Trinidad.
Grenada now bringing on the young Mauro Ross. Yes. Moving Kato to goalkeeper. And the crowd seems to...
Yes, I think that's what they were waiting
that
for.
Change.
Yeah. Well, one miss. So Kato she's going to bring a different style of defense to. She's going to bring a different style of defense to the circle for Grenada.
Oh, unfortunate there for Mauro Ross. But Mauro Ross seems to have a lot of fans in the audience tonight. As you can feel an elevation in the atmosphere here at the gymnasium as she came on the court.
Do you know that she is a career athlete?
Yes, she is. Shot
put and discus.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was at Curve Games this year.
And she'll be representing Grenada at World Juniors in October.
In the same disciplines?
Yeah, same disciplines.
She was also on the Grenadian team that toured. That there was a tournament in January, and she was on the Grenadian team that participated there.
So
series? So she has some senior experience. This is her first time at all. The same pass again.
Yes.
They're allowing Trinidad to see what is happening.
And with the experience of the Trinidad team, they will adapt.
The defenses are intimidating the new goal shooter.
Yes, I think so.
Wallace scores.
Trinidad is really pulling away from Grenada at this point, leading by
16.
Cato seems to be playing behind the shooter a lot.
But Wallace is not allowing her to get around her.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very, very difficult for her because Wallace seems to be just shifting her foot, and Kato is working body on body.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to try to do both, body on body, and try to adjust your footwork as well.
Yeah.
There, watch the circle. That one worked. Grenada needs to just play a relaxed and control game.
They seem to be bunching a lot on the court as well. They're not finding the spaces.
Trinidad is covering the ball as it comes up the circle.
Yes.
They're around the circle. They're just missed it. Trinidad is covering the ball. They're playing that over the ball style of play. There it is again. Second quarter, we've had some changes by Grenada. Lottie Shakato has gone to goalkeeper. Shakir Fortune has come out to goal defense. And Kelsey Moore-Ross has gone to goal shooter. Good effort by Kato. Camille, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that. I'm not sure, from a coach's perspective, that making this switch at this point in time is like.
For Grenada.
We just push the panic button.
Yes.
And we've asked. I'm saying to the players, to Kato, there's not much confidence.
In her as a shooter.
Yes. And Moros is intimidated by the conditions. And she's playing as a little girl at this point in time.
Yes.
The expectations are too high.
Too high, yeah.
For her.
I think they put a lot of pressure on her shoulders with this move.
Yes.
I'm not sure if she's able yet to handle that the pressure. Because so far, she's missed a lot of shots
defense
that she would usually take.
What is glaring, though, is that the other professional for Trinidad hasn't really stepped up her play in the second quarter.
This is
McCollin.
Okay.
It is all about Wallace at this point in time.
Yeah.
And I think that McCollin is just playing. She's playing like a supporting role, and she's playing on the wing area all the time instead of going in and asking them to take some pressure off the goal shooter as well. Wallace got to watch that. I think too that Kato is getting to Wallace.
Yes.
There's this high level of aggression has stepped into her play, so she has to be careful of what she's doing as far as that is concerned. Trinidad is 17 goals up and is the second quarter, Camille. What do you think is going to happen going forward?
Going forward, if Grenada doesn't make the adjustments to their tactics and their plays that they need to in order to pull back this win, I would say that Trinidad has this in the bag. But it doesn't seem as if they're making the adjustments necessary in order to pull this back. The thing is with netball and with any team sport, any sport, you have to be able to adjust your game
Umpire's got to
according
know
to the
situation.
and the
Yes.
team that you're playing. If you realize that what you have been doing so far that has been working is not working anymore, you have to be able to switch and try a different tactic, try a different strategy. And if that doesn't work, try something else. But Grenada seems to be sticking to what they know.
And it's not working, or at least it's not working anymore. It worked the first 5 minutes or so in the first quarter, but now they've gone.
Because Trinidad adjusted.
Trinidad is just. Kelsey Ross Smith again. She is intimidated. It's unfortunate that she's been brought in at this point in time. I think
This is this would have to be very disappointing for her.
maybe she wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I mean, she would have been ready to play, but not as yet.
Yeah, it's not as yet. We are at the end of the second quarter, the halftime score. Trinidad 43, Grenada 25.
Yeah. And we're back.
We have some stats for you from the second quarter. Kato, the goal shooter from Grenada, she scored 6 goals from 6 attempts in that quarter. And for a total average so far in the game of 90% of 21 attempts to 21 with 21 goals. Roberts did not play a goal attack in that quarter. Stafford got 2 goals from 2 attempts. And Ross with 3 goals from 10 attempts. For Trinidad and Tobago, we have Wallace
Shooting there by Samantha Wallace.
with 17 goals from 18 attempts. And McCollin 4 from 4. So she maintains her 100% goal percentage for the game so far.
But what we've seen is Samantha Wallace has gone from having 100% accuracy to a 96%, 32 from 33.
She missed 1 goal in the second
Yes.
quarter.
Trinidad has also made some changes to this third quarter. Goal defense, Kemba Duncan has dropped back into the goal circle, and she's now playing goalkeeper. Candice Guerrero, who would have started at center, drops to wing defense. And Ornella Jack Hill, who was playing wing defense, comes to goal defense. We also see the return of captain Rhonda John Davis to the center. The Grenadians, they have started with a little more passion in this quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Yes. We have 1 change from the Grenada team. Arissa Edgel comes in at wing defense, replacing Patrick Tracy. Sorry, Tracy Patrick.
That was a footwork call by the umpire. Contact on Kato.
Now, when you look at the overall scoring percentage of the teams, Trinidad so far has a 97% average compared to Grenada's 71%.
And as I've been saying, Grenada is not going to be competitive if their goal attacks don't score.
It's true.
They have to get involved, and they have to bear some of the brunt of the shooting. They also have to try not to think, okay, I have to get under the bucket to make an attempt.
Yeah.
You're a shooter. You get into the circle and you shoot. There's that long looping pass again.
Now we hope that Moras has had time to settle, and will now be more successful in her shooting attempts in this quarter.
The transition pass from Trinidad from back line to goal line, go between the thirds, it is too simple. There is no defense pressure at all from Grenada. They're just contented to just let Trinidad get the ball and go with whatever.
Whereas when
there's pressure.
Yes. When Grenada is attacking, you see the pressure from Trinidad.
Samantha Wallace misses again.
Yeah, forcing them to make a lot of sharp passes within the center third. As you see the difference here now.
The goal attack from Grenada isn't offering. Contact on the goalkeeper. The goal attack from Grenada, she's not offering much as far as a supporter to the goal shooter. The goal shooter is young, she's inexperienced, and you cannot ask her to do all on her own. There needs to be some measure of help for her. Otherwise, you're not going to get the job done.
It's true.
There you go again. There are too many weak areas that Grenada is demonstrating in this quarter already.
And Trinidad is taking full advantage
of it. Good stop by Ornella Jack. I think when we credit coaches for the overall improvement of teams, we have to look at what or where Trinidad is ranked in the world and see if we can not use that as a tool or a reason for some of the things that are happening on court as far as they're concerned. Oberon would have attained her coaching accreditation in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she knows what she's doing. And I think from Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Gomes, I think he would have been around in netball for a little bit. So he too knows where he's going.
You're very right, Cameron.
Grenada continues to try to put that loopy ball into the circle to Cato. To Nora, sorry. And where it wasn't working with some person who was markedly stronger than her in Cato, she's just not going to get it. They need to work the ball to the circle edge and then just distribute. It can't be that I am seeing it from wherever and I'm putting it.
Yes.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to work. And it is not working. So.
And it is not working, but they seem just contented to just go with it. And I don't think that is what they were coached.
No. I would hope not.
I would hope not. I think that they just want to just try something.
See, sometimes when you're stuck in a comfort zone, it's hard to break out of it. But in order to win matches, you have to get out of your comfort zone and try something different, especially when what you're doing isn't working.
But it would have been different if the games were close and if your players are catching the balls as they come to. There it is again. And she continues to do it all the time. So from one extreme to the next.
The next, yeah.
No, I think what is happening though is that Grenada has started to play some uncontrollable netball.
Yes.
And they can't pull it back.
It's unfortunate for Grenada, but you have to learn lessons from every. You have to learn lessons from every match, every hump in the road, every hurdle.
Yes. I think they also need to change up whatever they're doing. The goal attack is not helping. And she shoots and scores.
No, she is a good shooter. When you look at the every attempt she's taken, she's scored so far.
There it goes again.
It seems she has lost confidence a bit. She was right under the pole with the ball. She could have regained her balance and taken in a shot, but instead she passes out to Stafford.
Cato has to put some pressure on the goal shooter from Trinidad.
Yes. He has to move with her.
Because while the body typing is different, the height is almost the same. So you have to use that to your advantage and force Trinidad into thinking other than just passing the ball to Samantha because she's going to get it. Cato needs to stifle whatever's happening. There the ball goes again.
Speaking of stifling, this Trinidad defense surely is stifling Grenada's attack.
No. No, netball is about center passes.
Yes.
And everybody, all teams, are expected at some point to have equal center passes. And what Grenada needs at this point to do is court their center pass.
Yes. And don't give it away.
And don't give it away. But they're contented to just put the ball into Cato like that. And she's off.
Yeah, she's very off this game. And it's very. I was never a shooter. I was always a midcourt player.
Did you play?
Yes, I played, Cameron, in
No,
my youth.
Okay.
Not saying I'm
were
old.
you a good player?
I think I was.
Okay.
Never played national, but played in league. But for first Rangers and then UE Eagles. We're already UE Blackbirds now.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's hard to pull back when, as a shooter, when you're off like that. I don't know. It would be. I think it would be hard to get your head back focused.
Because shooting is a rhythm thing.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to be doing it consistently. You do it over and over and over, because once you stop doing it, everything just falls apart. And Stafford, I think that's what her name is. Stafford needs to, yes, she needs to get into the circle, and she needs to shoot and shoot and shoot. She can't be playing a wing attack.
Yes.
In the goal circle.
Yes.
She's the goal attack.
Agreed.
Yeah. Samantha Wallace scores. Trinidad goes up by 29 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Blind pass.
And especially with Ross being off her game tonight, Stafford really needs to step it up and play that supporting role.
She needs to.
Because Grenada is relying a lot on the goal shooter.
They're putting some pressure on the center passes.
Yeah.
They are forcing Grenada to come from behind, and they're already.
That was a brilliant interception.
Good elevation.
Brilliant.
So now you see why she was MVP.
Yes, I see it now.
You say that she is a firefighter.
Yes.
Okay, well, she just climbed the mountain.
Maybe she can put that on her CV.
There you go. See what I said about the Grenada and their side of pass? They're not protecting the ball.
No, they're not.
3 seconds is a good shooting there by Wallace. Trinidad has scored 4 unanswered goals. Wallace is now using some experience on Cato, and I think Cato seems to be tiring.
Yes, I think so. Made that 5 unanswered goals.
5 unanswered goals. Do you think that Grenada is probably getting tired?
I think so, because Trinidad is a team with a lot of athleticism. And
yes.
You have to be able to keep up with a team like Trinidad and Tobago.
Because they're going and going and going.
And it's just a bunny, Cameron?
Well, bunnies, plural.
The bunnies.
Yes. They're quick to every ball. Case in point, and they seem very, very hungry.
Very. And when you want the ball, you will get the ball. You will go after it.
It's a 50-50 thing. My thing is, nothing happens if a whistle doesn't go.
Mm-hmm.
And there are points in time where Grenada seems to be waiting for something to happen instead of making something happen.
Exactly. Again with that pass.
And you can't expect you can't expect to be given all calls are coming outside, because it is about a 50-50 chance in getting the ball.
There's the hunger we were looking for from Grenada.
Exactly. Good shooting. There you go.
There's that hunger we were looking for from Grenada.
Finally.
Let's hope it lasts more than a couple seconds. a glimmer of hope, maybe. They still have 1 quarter left to pull it back.
She misses again. Oh, a turnover ball to Trinidad. There's also a difference in how Trinidad is making their passes. Trinidad and Tobago making their passes. There's this firm, one-handed pass, whereas Grenada is giving that loping pass.
Yes.
All the time. And, you know, I'm going to see it when it comes, as opposed to I'm going to
get to it when it, yeah. We're at the end of the third quarter. The score is 67 to Trinidad.
And Tobago.
32 at Trinidad and Tobago. 32 to Grenada.
To Grenada.
So please don't come here looking for any netball.
We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter and final quarter of the game between Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada. Trinidad making some changes. They brought on Daystar Swift to goalkeeper, Shirnice Simungal to center, and Tahira Hollingsworth at goal attack.
Their star Swift, she comes into this game as one of the top Trinidad and Tobago goalkeepers for the last couple of years at the 2015 World Tournament. She was one of the standout goalkeepers.
Okay.
So expect something big from her against young Ross.
Yes.
And
She's been playing since 2009 for Trinidad and Tobago.
So she knows her things then.
Yeah.
A good shooting from Hollingsworth. So we now see Trinidad and Tobago has the two Simongal sisters on court. Two under 21 players.
Yes.
A mixture.
One at center and one at wing attack.
And one at the wing
Yeah,
attack.
wing attack.
Yes. That was a good steal there by the wing attack from Trinidad and Tobago. I think for the viewing audience, we need to remember that Trinidad is a former world champion.
Yes, they are.
In 1979, they were joint champions with Australia and New Zealand when the tournament was played in Port of Spain.
Yes.
So they have still kept that style of play, that aerial ball.
I was too young to... Sorry, I wasn't even born yet for that tournament.
I was a wee lad. To the sport, and they do. And recently, they've been doing relatively well across the board in the era of international umpiring. They have Joel Youngstrong, who is here umpiring. They would have had one of the first international umpires in, I think, Brenda Dickinson.
Okay.
So they have that as well.
More stats for you. We know you love the...
You're expecting, but we need to see a little bit more.
For Trinidad and Tobago, Wallace has a total of 14 goals from 45 attempts, and McCollin 25 from 26. 25 goals from 26 attempts.
So in the third quarter, Samantha Wallace would have scored 10 from 12, and McCollin did the leadership role.
Yes.
She had 14 from 15.
Yes.
Which would have given Trinidad 67 goals at the end of the third quarter from 71 attempts.
Yeah. And Grenada, 32 goals from 46 attempts.
Yeah. So Grenada have to try. They're not going to win the game at this stage in the game,
No.
but they need to chip it away and hopefully or try to play on some things that they'll have for the next game going forward.
In that third quarter, Grenada only scored 7 goals compared to Trinidad's 24, which is a very big margin.
And they had 11 attempts, Camille.
Yes.
11 attempts compared to 27.
Yes. And if you're playing center pass for center pass, that goes to show that the ball only got into their circle 11 times. At least
it meant
11
that
times.
they took 11 attempts.
Right, sorry, that's true. The ball, that shows that the ball was not getting onto their circle.
It was not getting onto their circle. Good one by Omar Ross.
She seems to be limping. Hopefully she's not hurt.
I think that what Grenada has realized in this latter part of the fourth quarter is that Swift isn't as aggressive as Duncan was.
Yes.
And so they're giving her the pass that we knew that she would have caught when she first came on in the second quarter. Let's see if Trinidad is going to bring back Duncan or if Swift is going to play out the quarter.
A call from the Trinidad supporters for no more goals for Trinidad and for Grenada in this quarter.
when we look into the stand, we see a lot of red.
Yes.
Red and gray. And amongst those players, one of the people who I saw is a former Trinidad goal defense,
Okay.
as well as a former center. So I think they're come to their pass goals again.
She collects
The
it this
pass
time.
goes again. Oh, well, she misses.
But she can't afford to miss
can't
when
afford
she
to
gets
miss.
the chance. And that's what's been her downfall
Yes.
in this game.
She's missing some sleepers. Good defense by the Grenadians.
Yes.
Obstruction call. And the goal child scores. So 67-5, Trinidad has scored 6 goals with a little under 9 minutes. So I think their scoring rate has slowed.
Yeah, that probably speaks to a bit more defense from
Grenada. Yes.
Probably too little, too late though.
We're going to see the injection of former captain Jolisa Cooper. Trinidad is making a change. There's some measure of confusion. Yeah, here she comes. And she has been around forever.
Grenada also making a change. They're putting Kiddo back into the circle.
Cooper misses her first attempt. There goes that wayward pass one more time, Camille.
Good defense there
Good defense from
Grenada.
Grenada. Ball's going to be from outside of the center goal circle.
And they give it away as they get it.
There doesn't seem to be much communication going on in the Trinidad goal circle at this point in time. There you go. Holsworth takes a shot. Converts. The goal shooter from Trinidad is using visual communication, but they're not seeing her.
But for her experience, that's what she's probably used to.
Yeah, because she's usually played the goal attack position. So now she's in the circle as a goal attack. A goal shooter. My apologies. Kato catches a sleeper.
Grenada cannot afford to miss those easy attempts. Right under the pole.
Right under the pole.
Is it the pressure getting to them?
No, I don't think so. Good stop goalkeeper.
From the new goalkeeper, Chittick? Chittick. Rashida Chittick.
Cooper just used some experience. She drew the defensive away for her. She played the ball to her advantage.
That quick pass into the circle.
From Trinidad and Tobago. And I think it's catching the defenses.
Off guard.
Unawares, and napping. I think the aerial ball is what they are accustomed to. And another steal. It is the blinders, the quick, sharp passes from Trinidad that are catching them off guard. Hands before distance. Grenada needs to play some. Grenada needs to play some defense, Camille.
They do. They're not getting in front the shooters
they're
when
not.
they're doing that.
They're not challenging.
No.
I think they're just contented to allow the person to get the ball
And then try
to do something.
Yes.
And a team like Trinidad is not gonna work. We look on the Trinidad and Tobago bench, and what we realize is that they have taken off some of their experienced players to try to give the younger ones a feel of that aerial ball. So I think what Trinidad and Tobago, what they're doing now, they are getting ready for down the road.
Yes.
Towards the end of the tournament, when probably the games will get a little more challenging.
I'm for sure looking forward to the Barbados-Trinidad game.
Because St. Vincent plays a similar style to Grenada.
Yeah. That overhead
pass.
Yes.
There's that OCS style. Good attack from the wing attack to the ball.
Score looking fairly similar to the last afternoon.
Trinidad and Tobago has scored 14 goals already to Grenada's 3.
Wow.
The score for the last after tournament was
82-31.
So, while Trinidad has equaled their tally, Grenada has surpassed theirs already.
Yeah. But we still have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. So Grenada will sure surpass their tally from the last
Do you
game.
think Trinidad's going to get 90?
I believe so. It's not far-fetched for them at this point. Well, not if they score.
Not like that.
Not if they miss shots like that.
Trinidad and Tobago, they're playing some remarkable mid-court defense.
Remarkable. Unfortunate there, ball going behind the center.
Commentator's curse.
But the vertical elevation of the mid-court players is rather impressive.
I was fortunate enough to see the Trinidad and Tobago team at training once, and they do a lot of plyometrics.
Okay.
So I think that that will help with the elevation and everything. Trinidad. Swift seems to be getting to K2. I spoke earlier about body on body, and that is exactly what she's doing to K2 as well. So if you don't calm yourself, watch for the shooting circle. If you don't calm yourself, you're going to be thrown off whatever you're supposed to do.
Good shot there, from Stafford. And she's a good shooter.
So Trinidad moves to 83, Camille. They've gone past 2014.
Yeah, Trinidad is still at 82.
I stand corrected. Some confusion as to what is happening on court. This is the time when they should have made that pass.
Yes. Yes.
I think what Trinidad did just know the zone. They played the 1-5-2 to force Grenada into making a lot of passes. There it goes again.
She retrieves it, although she was double teamed at that point.
Yes. Trinidad has stalled at 82. They haven't scored in over a minute, Camille. No, they haven't.
No, they haven't. So Grenada is on a little
Yeah,
run right now.
Grenada seems to be a little more passionate coming into the latter part of the game. If their Kato goes and she's going to score again.
Do you think the Trinidad and Tobago taking out the goalkeeper
Made some difference?
Yes.
Grenada bringing back in the experienced goal shooter that helped too. So Trinidad and Tobago seems to be stuck on 82, meaning there probably is a likelihood that they're not going to score anymore from 2014. At the end of the game, Trinidad and Tobago 82, Grenada 41.
Improving on their last score by 10, because their last score at the last AFNA was 31, so they improved on their score by 10.
By 10 goals.
By 10 goals.
So I remember early at the beginning of the game, I said that Grenada has been on a relatively winning tier, international level. They've had some success in Europe. They're the 2016 Europe Invitational Champion. So I didn't know to do that. So let's see what can happen from Thursday.
On Thursday, they meet Canada. On Thursday, they play Canada at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. And Trinidad and Tobago plays St. Martin at 6.
And St. Vincent and the Grenadines will play the U.S. at 4. So just a reminder that tomorrow is a free day. There'll be no netball played here tomorrow. So we'll return and resume all netball matches.
On Thursday, August 30th.
Yes. Just a reminder of our sponsors. Barbados Tourism Development Corporation.
Barbados Tourism and Market Investment Product.
Central Bank.
Gildan Activewear.
National HIV/AIDS Commission.
Chinese Embassy.
Zephyrin Limited.
Banks Holdings.
Sports and Games.
Sea Vision Sports.
CIBC First Caribbean.
Atlantic Marketing.
Signia.
Sunbay Hotel.
Digicel.
Soundwave.
And Sports.bb. Our donors, Banyu Inc.,
Soko Hotel.
Coconut Court Hotel.
Sandals.
Rubis Sports Club.
Structural Systems.
Barbados Ice.
G&G Sales.
BIDC.
Massey Technologies.
Massey Distribution.
Brighton's Express.
Chauffette Restaurants.
SMJ.
Pizza Man Doc.
Tony's Enterprises.
SNJ Health Bakery.
Armstrong Agencies.
Our contributors, Barbados Olympic Association.
The National Sports Council.
Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation.
And Starcom Network.
We thank all of you for your participation and your support to this tournament.
I'm Cameron Greenwich.
And I'm Camila Cadogan. Good night.
Good night.